Hi, Ruben. Thanks for coming in today. What is it that you would like to discuss?
Well, I noticed that I'm having some troubles uh, in my relationship with my son.
Okay, some troubles with relation with your son.
Yeah.
What kind of troubles are you having?
Well, I noticed many people told me. For example, my wife told me that I am not good uh, taking care of my son. For example, playing with him and spending time with him,
Okay,
interacting with him.
okay,
I don't really like spending a lot of time with him,
okay,
and I know that I have to do this because he's my son.
right,
But I'm having some troubles in setting a time in order to play with him.
okay,
You know, I prefer staying by myself in my office
okay.
or maybe uh, taking my bike and biking by myself.
Mhm,
And I know that this is not good, but
mhm.
uh, I don't know what to do.
Okay, okay. Have you talked to any, or have talked to your son about things, or
No,
is he at that age where you can talk to him about stuff, or is how old is
mm,
he?
he's 5.
5. Okay, so he's a
Yeah,
little bit
so
younger yet.
yeah,
Okay,
I haven't told to him because I don't know if he's going to understand.
understand. Right, right.
So
Okay,
I prefer talking to a professional first
uh-huh.
and see if we can change my attitude toward him,
Okay.
and then.
Mhm.
But I haven't told
Okay.
to him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What kind of activities does your son like to do?
Well, he likes to go to the park.
Okay.
Uh, he likes to do whatever I do. So
Okay.
if I am fixing something,
He wants to be
he
fixing
yeah,
it too then?
he
Okay.
wants to
So,
fix something with me.
mhm.
If I go out, for example, to the market,
Mhm.
he wants to come with me,
Mhm.
and if I go to if I take my bike, he wants to come with me. He wants to do whatever I
Everything
do.
with you
Yeah,
then. Okay.
yeah.
So how does that make you feel when he wants to go to the park or wants to go help you out do something? How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel a little bit um, that like he's inviting my
Okay,
space.
in your space. Okay.
Yeah, and he's inviting maybe my time,
Mhm.
and he's putting a lot of pressure on me. I feel I am a reference for him, and I am not dealing very well with
Okay.
this issue.
So not necessarily the dad, so you haven't felt, but more of just guiding him. Is that kind?
Yeah,
So more like
yeah,
the teacher with him instead of the actual like father figure? Is that kind of where you're coming
y-
from, or is
yeah,
that right or not?
yeah.
Okay,
That's right.
okay.
Yeah, he makes a lot of question to
Mhm.
me, and
And that's kind of that age too. At age 5, they
yeah,
they do like to ask a lot of questions, and why is a big
yeah.
question. So.
And what I noticed that I am not patient. I have
Mhm.
not patient
Mhm.
in order to respond all his questions.
Mhm.
Maybe in the second or the third question, it made me feel like stressed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So and I'm sure that this is not good
Mhm.
because and I understand he's
Mhm.
just a boy,
Right.
but
Mhm.
uh,
Is he
I
your only child? I mean, do you have
yeah,
daughters
just one.
too?
No, no,
Okay,
just
so
one.
it's just
Yeah.
okay. So it's not necessarily son thing. Could since you don't have any daughters either, it's just
No.
your only
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. How was your life growing up? How was your father?
Well, he was not a sympathetic person.
Okay.
Uh, he was a farmer.
Uh huh.
And he didn't like to spending time with us.
Okay.
He didn't dedicate time to us. We are 5 brother,
Oh.
uh, and we maybe I can say that we grew up without our parental without a parental figure.
Mhm.
He worked very hard,
Mhm.
and but he was always working, so
So you didn't get to do the
yeah.
extra activities
No,
with
no, no,
him
never,
at all
never.
because he was busy working and
Yeah,
stuff, so.
I don't remember. I don't remember my father playing with us or
Mhm.
spending time
Okay.
you
Okay.
know.
So we're seeing the kind of a pattern here then. Since your father didn't spend a lot of time with you, it's probably hard for you to figure out how to interact with your son then too. Do you think that's kind of where you're leaning towards, or do you think there's something else there?
You know, I haven't thought about this issue
Uh-huh.
until you made the question,
Uh-huh.
but that's my fear. I don't
Okay.
want to repeat the experience with my son.
Mhm.
So I would like to be different. I don't want to be a father like my father was.
Gotcha.
I
Right.
would like to try uh, my son in a different way.
To do
Yeah,
activities with him and stuff,
yeah,
so he knows who you are as a dad.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I think that um, I don't work uh, too many hours like my father
Mhm.
uh, did.
Okay.
So I think that I have time, enough time to spend with him.
Mhm. So
But
it's more for you just to feel comfortable
yeah,
spending the time with him, so you
yeah,
not feel, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, but put out by spending time with your son? Is
yeah,
that kind of the
that's
the
correct.
feeling?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because when I married, I have no troubles finding time to spend by myself, you know,
Mhm.
because when my wife
Mhm.
was working, I was by myself. But since we got our boy, uh, and he started to grow,
Mhm.
now he's asking time
For
from me.
me,
You know,
right.
when
Mhm.
he was a baby, it was not
Mhm.
a big issue.
Right.
But now that he wants to go, he wants to do outdoors
Mhm.
and playing, spending time outside.
Mhm.
That's the moment in which I'm having
Right.
that.
Right. Okay. Well, it's probably gonna be a little bit of a process, but is there some activity that both you and he like to do? You think? Is there?
Yeah, I don't think this is the main issue
Uh huh.
because he likes to do
Whatever you're
whatever.
doing, right?
Yeah, he
Okay.
likes to do
Mhm.
whatever I do. But
So what do you
uh,
think the main issue is then?
the main issue is that maybe that I like to do all these things alone.
Mhm.
Uh, so the problem is not that we don't like the same thing, but the problem is that I like to do
Things
all
by
these things
yourself.
by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more you want to figure out how to make yourself feel more comfortable to do stuff with your son instead of doing the stuff by yourself.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's more where you're leaning
Hmm.
towards.
Yeah, my concern is how to integrate my son
Mhm.
into my life, into my maybe into my free time,
Mhm.
into my activities, into my hobbies.
Right. Because right
Yeah,
now it's really not working
yeah,
for
yeah,
you,
yeah.
right? Okay.
I have been trying,
Mhm.
and I can keep working or playing with him, but just for a short time.
Mhm.
I know he's asking more time from me,
Mhm.
uh, and 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 I can keep working with him, playing with him, maybe for 10, 15 minutes, and that's enough for me.
Right.
But he wants more.
More.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe it's a question of maybe trying to explain to him in a 5-year-old terms, because you can't explain too much, but just, dad needs some time by himself too, and you guys have maybe some time set aside that's just your time, and then some time set aside for him and you. Do you think something like that might work, or do you have any other ideas that have you tried anything, I guess?
No, I haven't tried anything.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe trying to spend 5 more minutes with him, and maybe next week 5 more minutes.
Mhm.
For example, if right now I just can go through 15 minutes, trying 20,
Trying
20
to.
minutes, and then next week maybe 22, 23,
Okay.
and increasing
Mhm.
the time.
Right.
But I don't know if it is going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in the right direction right there. I think that's a great plan. Because if you're starting right now, 10 minutes is only it, and then you want to add a 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there, I think that would put you in a good position to keep moving forward with it. And then eventually it may be an hour, 2 hours, that type of stuff. Especially as your child grows older too, he's probably gonna be more interested in doing other stuff too.
Yeah, because this is one of my fears that I know that he's right now 5 years old, but as he's going to grow, I know he's going to demand more time from me because he right now he has a physical limitation because his age. You know, he cannot
Only do so much.
do so much as I can do. But I know that when he arrives to 10 years old, I know he's going to have more strength and more power, and that's my fear.
Right.
That,
Gotcha. I think you've set a good plan to add more time each time, and maybe really think about how you're feeling at those points too, and just you might. I don't. Do you like to journal at all, or do you like to write, or just because sometimes it helps to write about feelings about maybe when you're spending time with your son, maybe to write it down, and then you can go back and look at it later, just and kind of see if that's helps at all? I mean, does that sound like something you might be wanting to try?
Yeah, I could try.
That,
Yeah.
and then we could talk next time. Talk if you want to talk about your journal at that point, and see how you're feeling, and maybe it's more of the feeling instead of just doing the action part of it. Because maybe there's more to it because you talked about your dad and your feelings, that you didn't feel like he was around all the time for you. So that might be a way that we can kind of touch into that feeling part of it too. Does that sound like doable, or is that something you want to try?
Yeah.
If not, we can come up with something else.
No, I can try.
Okay.
Maybe writing my experience today and go back maybe a month later.
That might be something you can look at, because I think sometimes it helps to track stuff after, talk about stuff after it happens too, and kind of feel if there's really a feeling, what else is there with it. Does that sound like something you might want to try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a journal or yeah, okay.
Right. And I love your idea about spending adding a little bit of time each activity or each week or whatever, just to see if that helps also.
Yeah, and my fear about this is not being successful, maybe not doing great, increasing the time. Maybe my fear is that if I increase the time that I spend with him, my fear is that I'm going to feel more stressed.
Right.
And I don't want to feel like
that. And I think that's great that you came in here to talk about that. So that shows that you really care and you do want to spend time. You want to have those feelings there with your son. So I think that's great. And I think the journaling would help with that part too. It may not, but we could try it and see if it does work. Because then you'll see in writing those feelings that you're having and see if that's really happening or not. Because you might surprise yourself and show that it's not happening. You might just feel the stress there, but when you actually go back and write about it later, it might really show that maybe it's not there. It may still be there, but we can come up and we can talk about that the next time too. Okay. So does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about before?
No.
No? Okay. Well, thank you for coming in today, and we'll talk again next week, and hopefully, bring your journal with you, and we can talk about that too, and
I'll do.
with the activities that you're doing with your son, and we'll see if that helps with increasing time, and if it does, great. If not, then we can come up with another plan for you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.